I feel like entitlement is feeling like you're deserving something that, or like you should be given something without putting the work in. So you're entitled to a relationship with somebody. You're entitled for them to bend to your will, or like you're entitled to like that front row parking spot, something where it's like that it doesn't necessarily belong to you, but you feel like you deserve it.
Some special treatment.
Yeah.
Do you have an example when it comes to like estrangement, maybe for your Gen Z generation? What do you feel your generation's entitlement would be?
I think our entitlement, and I now this is going, I think entitlement can be both good and bad, where it either subjugates change or it like creates tension. And I think that in a way, my generation does feel entitled to speaking our opinions and sticking up for ourselves and finally putting our like the foot down, the obviously like hyperbole of a foot of just what we deserve and what we demand, and like, okay, this is something that we're now going to talk about, such as mental health or such as estrangement, instead of like sweeping it under the rug. Now we're, I feel like we in my generation feel entitled to the opportunity to speak our truth and to speak our mind and let people know what's going on instead of suffering in silence because it makes us look weak.
I'm
Where do you
curious.
think that came from?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
that was my question.
Okay.
How did it start?
I think it's an amalgamation of every generation changing from the one before them, learning from each other's mistakes, even in the smallest ways, and watching like that pain and having, I think the connection that we have now with social media and having that ready access to everything is a boon and a bane to our generation, where now we're more connected than ever. We don't feel as isolated of like, I'm the only one going through this. I'm the only one who understands how I feel. And I'm the only one who would really get the like this, so isolation would happen. And now instead it's posted and more people are like, wait a second, I feel exactly like that and I'm not alone. So I think it, the community that has been built through communication, whether good or bad, has created this good entitlement, I think, in my generation, where now it's like, hey, wait a second, this isn't right, and being able to call out like things that we want to change. I mean, obviously there's two sides to that. But for now, focusing on estrangement and the mental health aspect of it, I think that that comes from being like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be miserable and like just drinking my sorrows away all the time, like suffering in silence. That sounds terrible. I'll bitch about it on Twitter.